fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
No.
Happy Monday. I love unleaded 88 so much. No, I love it. If I could drink unleaded 88, I would. But
listen,
I advise
Iowa
against
corn, shout out. That is not. I can't watch that. I
Stop.
can't do that dancing. I can't do it.
I'm actually not going to listen to this slander, and you need to be quiet. You need to sit back.
Here's the thing:
enjoy the show.
If this was 10 years ago, I would have absolutely been the white dude doing the terrible dancing in that video, which is why it makes me, I just don't like it. Because I would have done it.
Art is subjective, and
there's no doubt.
That's not for you. You probably put diesel in. You probably plug your car in like some woke little.
You're talking to a guy who has done many videos educating the public and being paid by Iowa Corn to do so. I didn't do that video. But if you want to see a man tell you the difference between sweet corn and field corn, I actually, on camera, take a bite out of field corn or dent corn.
I know.
And you can't do it. I even boiled it to try and give myself a chance, but couldn't do it.
Absolutely not. There's only 1% of the corn production in Iowa is sweet corn. 1%.
I know.
The delicious 1%.
I don't have the appetite or the palate of a Holstein, so it's just not really for me.
Yeah, it's actually not for you at all. Happy Monday. Happy first Monday after being forced into daylight saving time, excuse me. How are you feeling?
I live a very different life than most folks. Time is a little bit different for me. Andy Fales says I live a fantasy camp life. This is true. But I can totally relate to when I used to work at Wells Fargo and I had to get up and be there at 5 a.m. on Spring Forward Monday was so awful. Spring Forward Monday is it the worst self-inflicted wound in the history of calendars?
I would say it ranks right up there. Yeah. I would definitely say it ranks
a self-inflicted wound.
Yeah, exactly. It is. There's really no benefits to this other than obviously the daylight that we are getting. But there are so many bad things.
The quantity of daylight has not changed.
I understand. But just the way that
the sun goes down later.
I live by my schedule though. So if it's 8 o'clock and the sun is shining, I might still be inside because that's just the way my little schedule works. I'm not going to be, at least I'm going to be happier if I am inside. Anyway, there are so many bad things associated with this daylight saving time. Heart attacks? Do you know that heart attacks go up?
Heart attacks are up because of daylight savings time?
Research from the American Heart Association found that heart attacks spiked by 24% the Monday after we spring forward. That's 24%. That's kind of wild.
Okay, you know how you can bend stats to say whatever you want. I am critical of this stat. I'd have to look more into it, but it does make sense if I don't think about it too much.
Supposedly, the loss of sleep and the shift in the circadian rhythm puts extra stress on the heart.
Yeah, I feel like this is just something that people who were probably going to have a heart attack at some point happen to have one on Spring Forward Monday, and then they attribute it to that. My guess is that the heart attack is a result of many, many unhealthy choices for many decades.
Scott, no. You know that heart disease is the leading killer of women.
It is the leading killer of Americans.
And I could be a ticking time bomb right now, and I live a pretty healthy lifestyle.
You could
and
be.
So today, if I have a heart attack, you're gonna sit there in your little chair and say, "Oh, it's because you did this, you did this, you did that." I think you should say you're sorry.
I am not sorry. Nope. Sorry for not being sorry.
You're really coming
the great
in
Demi
hot.
Lovato. Sorry, not sorry.
Car crashes also go up after the old spring forward.
This won't be a thing very much longer once we have driverless cars. the accidents won't be human error, it will be robot error. And so you won't be able to blame daylight savings time.
Actually,
on
I
that.
think if we were going to be able to blame the whole grid going down back in the Y2K days, why could we not blame the robots for getting a little confused after springing forward? I think that history has shown
Listen,
that we
if
do.
once the robots understand that us humans have such a problem with this arbitrary hour switch, which is totally arbitrary. Once the robots figure out that messes with us and gives us more heart attacks, they're going to realize, you know what? Earth doesn't need these human beings anymore. We're just going to take over because they're lame and weak.
I sent you an Instagram reel probably 15 minutes before the show started, and it was of Michael Jackson, what he would look like
yes.
now. And just
It
it's very
is.
disturbing to me. It's extremely disturbing to me to see that. But what's even
so real.
It looks so real. And what's even more disturbing, and I don't know if you've seen this. Yeah, look at that. It looks.
Now, granted, what would Michael Jackson actually look like today? He would have no nose. He would look like Skeletor from the He-Man series.
Yeah.
But AI allows us to give us what shall we say, a more optimistic view as to where the plastic surgery of a man who was addicted to plastic surgery would have gone.
Have you seen the opposite of these though? So like it'll take the cast of your favorite show. It'll take the cast of The Office and it will show what they looked like as babies. And of course it shows these darling little babies and it looks like Michael Scott. It looks like Dwight as babies. And they do that for all the favorite shows. It's creepy. I don't like it. There's so many reasons to not like AI.
What do you do if you see a picture of a baby that's ugly? Do you admit
it? Inside, I come to terms with what I'm looking at. I'm not lying to myself. Who?
Like this baby. Do you think this baby is cute?
Yeah. That looks like AI of one of the Three Stooges as a baby. And if it's your family member, I hope that they had a long, successful history in show business.
You want this baby to have a long, successful history because
is
this is
Hitler?
Adolf Hitler. You walked right into that one, Eddie.
Well, he did.
Edie, I said your name wrong.
Why can nobody get my name right? You just knocked something off of your. It's not that hard. It's spelled like terrible. Eddie and it's pronounced like Edie. It's not that hard. Difficult.
My bad.
Challenging.
Have we even introduced Cade Murphy yet? Hey,
no.
Cade Murphy, come say hi.
Hi, Cade.
Morning, guys. How's it going?
Well, I'm not actually shocked that he doesn't show up because anytime he does, you just attack his looks or what he's wearing.
I like this
shirt for you today.
He's wearing a college shirt. That looks like a nice flannel. Good material.
It's wonderful material.
It's a single color, a dark tan.
Single color, yep, dark tan, sort of brown.
The Florida Marlins hat is well worn, and you do not do the flat bill. For those who are just listening, what is your
this is thrilling stuff, Scott?
Yes, what is your bill bending philosophy, Cade Murphy?
You don't want to like have it roofing, so you don't want like a roof, but you want to give it like a nice little frowny face sort of thing. But I think flat bills are stupid. But I used to wear flat bills. I mean, everyone has their awful fashion phases. But
no, Kate, you're right. Flat bills are stupid.
They're very dumb.
It's like, what are you doing? I see a guy in a flat bill, and I'm like, what? Why are you doing that?
It's not protecting you from the sun. It's just
looks dumb.
I did the flat bill when I had a giant beard because I was trying to do my best look of Jake Arrieta, the Chicago Cubs pitcher.
I remember that.
Yeah, so if you go back and you look at a video called Our Cubs, which I put out 10 years ago, and the Cubs then went on to win the World Series, so you're welcome. I was certain that video was going to go viral, and I think it got about 3,200 views. So I was wrong on that, and I carried that beard and that flat bill hat forever. In fact, I still have it.
I have a video going viral on TikTok right now, and I have attracted the wrong audience. Let's just say that.
You do look like a... Is that the one that you sent to me, Kenzo?
This is the one, but it's not quite as flat, is it? Sorry,
No.
you were saying something, Mackenzie, about you and important things about you going viral?
No, it's not important. Oh, no, not this one. We can pull that up in a minute. No, not this one. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. It's about Casey's. It's about pizza. It's about Casey's Pizza.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and it's okay. We don't even need to bring it up. But
Casey's Pizza.
It's just kind of overperforming there over on TikTok. And let's just say I've got a lot of dudes named Matt now following me. Matt, a lot of Jasons.
Oh boy, is it like the middle-aged man sort of TikTok algorithm where it's just like,
yes, it has hit their algorithm hard, and they are commenting.
You hit their algorithm hard, Mackenzie. That's what happened.
I didn't mean to.
Well, you kind of did, because you put out a ton of content and you're trying to break through into whatever algorithm you could.
I'm actually not on TikTok. No, I'm not.
Is that the one where you were like talking dirty to a box of Casey's Pizza?
I wasn't even talking dirty. The pizza was talking dirty to me.
Oh, okay, whatever.
The pizza wanted me
to
touch it, and I was like, no, like I'm not going to do that.
Okay,
So yeah,
now I can understand why middle-aged men are. Now they have a huge crush on Mackenzie Edie.
It's gross. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I get those followers somehow, Kenzie.
Yeah, hey, one way or the other.
I do want to take us just a peek into my weekend really quick, because I have really enjoyed taking you guys into the backwoods of Keokuk County every week. And I think I'm going to try to do it every weekend. And I just want to show you a little peek of what we did this weekend. Do you want to come along? Come along with me?
Please.
Okay. Cade, can you cue up that video? Just kidding. Let's go. Okay, for today's Iowa adventure, we are going to go tap maple trees and see if we can make our own maple syrup. We don't need Canada anyway. Just kidding. Let's go. we love you, Canada.
Oh. Getting some sap? Oh, yeah.
Okay,
just
putting the tubes into the tree.
The tube.
What kind of boots you got?
Very impressive boots. That's my cousin Aaron. Aaron does this every year. You see the sap coming out?
Yeah. Okay. With no dogs around, I'm surprised at how barky it is.
And that's what it's going to look like. Okay, so yeah, we hiked out to the woods. We put the tubes in the trees. Yes, we asked for consent first, and the trees said yes. And so basically, they went and got the buckets yesterday. They were about half full of the sap, and then he's going to boil it down, and he boils it down to maple syrup, and it's delicious for pancakes.
That's great for your kids.
Yeah, it's a good time.
And they're going to get spoiled.
I make them lick the trees to see which one tastes like waffles, and that's how we know which one's a maple tree.
If I ever become a father, I'm going to be the type of mother that you are. Hey, kid. Hey, you know how you know where the sap is? You got to lick the bark, and then if whichever tastes the most like breakfast, that's the one you go with.
Exactly. That's what we did. It's good. Yeah, so we had fun. We had fun doing that. It was a beautiful weekend down here in Southeast Iowa. I'm sure it was way different up there.
Way different. Do you say up there or over there?
I say up for anything. You could be south of me, and I'm going to say, what's the weather doing up there?
If you go to Lamoni, you go up to Lamoni? That's not.
I don't even know. I'll be honest. I don't know where Lamoni is. Is it just over?
Well, okay, you're going to go to Kansas City. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm going down.
You're going down to Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah. But you're going up to Des Moines?
Yeah, I go up and
Even
over.
Though you're really going over?
You go up a little bit, up and over. Yeah.
Like
What'd you do this weekend? This is so boring.
Just working. Yep, and enjoying spring, this nice weather. Excited, and there's a lot of top topics going on. We should, let's just jump in there.
There are so many top topics, and this week our top topics are brought to us by the Kabursky brothers. It is March. It is beautiful. It's going to be in the 70s today, which really has me thinking about the whole lawn situation, because there are some green spots trying to pop through in my lawn. And we really need to get the Kabursky brothers down here. You probably need to get the Kabursky brothers over to your neck of the woods so they can push that weed control. They can get that weed control going and that lawn fertilized, because it's time to focus on the lawn.
If you're like me and you have a bunch of bare patches in your lawn because you have a 1-year-old dog who's very active,
peeing
they
everywhere.
might be able to help you out too. So contact the Kuberski Bros.
Yes, so they serve the Des Moines area, Ames, Ankeny, Altoona, Bondurant, and you really want to get that pre-emerge application on before the end of March. So go ahead and do that. Visit KuberskiBrothers.com and get more information and to see how you can get signed up for their lawn fertilization program. You really need to get that lawn
Chris Hassel
program. Okay, so top topic number 1, Casey Anthony is back and she is on TikTok after 13 years after her daughter's murder trial. Hate to say it. She is tackling legal issues in a new way, and she is doing that via our favorite platform that we were just talking about, TikTok. Thoughts, Scott? What's your visceral reaction?
Please take the kid away.
I know, but
too
you know,
sad.
I was actually going to take the picture of the little. I wasn't going to include the picture of the sweet little daughter.
She needs to be included.
No,
she needs to be included. Man.
We need to remember the daughter. She is the victim here, and this bitch of a mom, excuse my language, is out here on TikTok trying to.
I'm sorry, bitch is not a. It's not.
No,
it's
not a bad enough word. I know. This monster. She's out here on TikTok, and she says she's an advocate for the legal system, people who are getting in trouble like she did. She's trying to be an advocate out there. She's trying to be a resource for people in similar situations. She has never once admitted that she did that.
Nope.
But she was found guilty for lying, in her testimony. So this TikTok return comes after her 2022 Peacock documentary, Casey Anthony, Where the Truth Lies.
What Scott, a title.
Yeah, what do you feel? Like, what are you feeling?
This is what I want to say is, one, would this be an appropriate time for me to call her the C word? Is that okay? I won't do it live on the air. We'll discuss after, but I feel like if there's any time in which you could use that in a derogatory slang way, it would be for this woman, this murderer is really what we should call it.
Yes.
Even though she was found not guilty, we could get into all the reasons for that. And, O.J. Simpson was also found not guilty. Different between not guilty and innocent. But here's what I want to discuss about men. She has a boyfriend, is my understanding.
She has a boyfriend and she has all these followers on TikTok as well.
I want to focus right on the fact that this woman has the opportunity to have a boyfriend. Yeah. And he's not like this real loser, nerdy looking guy, okay? This is what pretty privilege is. This woman is a murderer, but because she's hot, men will continue to give her the benefit of the doubt and believe her no matter the evidence, because she's an attractive lady. That's incredible to me. That's the weakness of men right there.
Okay, I agree. And I'm usually the first to jump on, men and say, shame on you. However, Ted Bundy, women were hot for Ted as well. So I think it's pretty privilege. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman.
But Ted Bundy serial killers, usually men, they're almost always men, do have fans. But it's not necessarily based on physical attractiveness. I think Ted Bundy might be a different example.
Good looking.
But women, you guys are much more, you're not so cosmetically driven. And men are. Like Casey Anthony, she's a murderer, and people still want to probably marry her so that they can have relations with her. This is how crazy the brain is. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked because it'd be different. I truly do think it would be different if it was anyone else that she had killed, but she killed her own child. And the fact that she killed her own child, now that makes it worse. That makes it 1,000 times worse. That makes
Kate Murphy, how attractive are you to Casey Anthony? Question of the hour.
I'm not attracted to her. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm looking at this photo on the right, and I'm like, I'm good, man.
No, she's an evil person. The only good thing about this is Nancy Grace is back too. Because she's not going to let her rest.
I saw some compilation of her just burning Casey, just torching her. She's so funny.
Hell yeah.
The details, if you want to, like, there is no question. I don't know what this jury was thinking, okay? I don't. But I still, in America, have the right to my own decision-making, and it is pretty damn clear. No, it is clear. This woman murdered her child. How could you date this woman? I don't care how hot she is.
Men don't care, man.
No,
they're
they're shameless. They're just as bad. What would your mother say if you brought home Casey Anthony Cade? Or your father?
She would think it's cool just because she's like into true crime. So she'd like have a bunch of questions.
So Casey,
yeah, like that. And then she'd
been a big fan of your work.
No, not like that, man. No.
Gosh.
Just like let me pick at her brain a little bit.
But I want pushing this farther. Sydney Sweeney, Cade. I know you find her to be very attractive. If Sydney Sweeney was a murderer, but she got off and really was in love with you, and you were single, would you date her?
Did she murder someone? Yes or no?
She murdered her own child.
And it's like confirmed that she's done this.
Well, she got off on a technicality.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Okay, Sydney Sweeney murdered her own child. She got off on a technicality. Okay, she's going to be free the rest of her life. She promises you she'll never murder another of her children. Okay. Are you dating Sydney Sweeney?
How awful was this child?
I'm
just asking.
Innocent, totally innocent.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
See how he's a maybe though? This is my point. This is
I know.
my point.
You men are sick. I don't know. Do you think that people really want to hear from her, or do you think it's just like a hate following situation?
No, people want to hear from her.
I think it can be a little bit of both. Like I think they want to see where this circus goes because it's not a convicted murderer, somehow not, but a murderer who is just giving legal advice on TikTok like that. It sounds like a joke. It sounds like a punchline.
She's clearly she must be a bit of a sociopath or a narcissist or something to think that this is the right idea. If this were
starved
me,
for attention.
Yeah, something. But no, I'm not even ever going to put myself in her shoes. Wouldn't you just lie low? Wouldn't you lie as low as you could?
You got a get out of jail free card. Yes.
Yeah. Change your name.
What are you doing?
Dye your hair. Move to freaking Colombia. I don't know.
She wouldn't survive there, which
I know.
Okay.
It might be okay.
Sorry, I shouldn't root for the death of another individual. I just not a big fan of violence against children.
Of course not. I just think it's fascinating that this is the decision that she made. And it shows something sicker.
It is a reflection of the time that we are living in. It is idiocracy. It is surreal. It is farcical. Okay, that this is occurring, but it could only occur in 2025 culture.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. Let's move on to more bad news.
Oh, here's everybody's favorite Des Moinesite.
Former Azora owner ordered to pay $10 million in sexual harassment case. So this is Edwin Allen III, a former Des Moines landlord and bar owner. He has been ordered to pay over $10 million in a landmark sexual harassment case. So this was a lawsuit filed by former tenant Cindy Collins, and she alleged that he demanded sexual favors in exchange for maintaining her rent at an agreed upon rate. Oh my God. When she refused his advances, then he increased her rent by $500. And then he tried to evict her. He was knocking on her windows and doors at all hours of the night. And then he was threatening to, or maybe he did, cut off her electricity. So she has been rewarded, $2.1 million for emotional distress, and then the $8 million in punitive damages. Holy buckets.
And I just shout out, you're seeing here in the photo the client in the middle, and then my friend Dave Albrecht, my dear friend, was co-counsel with Amy Beck, and just shout out to Dave Albrecht. Me and him have the deepest conversations, usually about Lord of the Rings, but can go deep on anything. I love this man, and he does good work, and they all know that they're not going to get this $10 million because they're in line behind the city of Des Moines. Well, he's suing the city of Des Moines for like 10 million, I think, which is in closing arguments. Dave brought that up to the jury. He said, well, he is suing the city of Des Moines for $10 million. We think it might be appropriate, just to make sure you have that number in mind. And then, of course, the jury comes back about $10 million. So the money's not going to exchange hands because he doesn't have any, but we have to call these people. We have to put these people on blast. It is not okay to be a landlord. I'm not breaking any news. A landlord and try and get sexual favors by lowering rent. That's not okay. And I'm glad that he's getting some justice is being served here.
Yeah, no, it's amazing that it is. And, there's nothing cooler than seeing a lawyer just really lay out their argument, especially in their closing comments, and they're just like laying it out. The storytelling is impeccable. I mean, It gives me goosebumps to think about. I would have loved to have been a lawyer, but I get really nervous and I talk too fast and then I start to cry. So I unfortunately couldn't do that.
I feel the same way. Me and you, Sipker and Edie Law Firm. That'll be our new sponsor. I also, I want multiple lives to exist because I would like one where I went to study law. You can help so many people out by just knowing the technicalities of law.
Yes. Yes.
It's an incredible tool. It's a lot. You have a lot of power when you understand not just the law, but how the system works.
Right. Yeah. I've talked to a handful of lawyers and they just say, it's just memorizing. It's just memorizing like what you learn and then knowing how to put that memorization into, or just saying it to scare someone off or to say something and obviously putting it into practice. But Scott, I think you'd make a great lawyer.
Well, I think you would make a great lawyer, Mackenzie, as well. Cade Murphy, I don't know. Cade, would you want to be an attorney?
No.
Why not?
I don't think I don't know. That's a lot of information to like withhold to retain. I'd be more of like a Saul Goodman sort of lawyer, I think.
There's no way Cade Murphy could pull off Saul Goodman cons. You are not a con artist, Cade. You are too kind.
It'd just be fun to be like, in my defense, Your Honor, he was an asshole. In my defense, Your Honor.
Your Honor, it's like not that even big of a deal. Who cares?
Your Honor, seriously, Your Honor, I don't even think so. I think it should be the death penalty, Your Honor. Yeah, I do. That's another can of worms. I won't go there. Are we ready for Cade's random rundown?
I'm ready for Cade's random rundown.
Oh boy, it's sponsored by Circa, guys.
Woo! Woo! Circa. Hey, I'm doing something with Circa, aren't I? Yes, Saturday.
Yes.
I'll be there with Keith Murphy. Cade, are you going to be there?
I plan on being there, absolutely.
Okay,
yep.
Cade will be there.
I'm so jealous.
Van Winks will be there. That's why everybody's showing up. And there'll be exclusive Circa Sports Iowa merch, great prizes that will be given away. And it will join us at 6 p.m. March
It's going to be a heck of a time,
Saturday.
guys.
Wellman's Pub and Rooftop in West Glen. Download the Circa Sports app today.
All right, guys, started off. I remember exactly where I was. I was at Disney World getting ready to ride an Animal Kingdom ride. The one with the Yeti. I don't remember. It's like some sort of avalanche ride. But that is exactly where I was when the world stopped for a moment when Michael Jackson died. And that is the first breaking news all over the world, like something that everyone like came together for sort of moment in my life. So I was curious what the first major news story you guys can remember as a child or just in general. What's the first big story that you remember that stopped the world for a moment?
Mackenzie?
What were you doing?
I do remember mine. Mine was the death of Princess Diana. My mom woke me up early that morning and she was crying. She was so upset. And I was just a little kid. And I was like, what's wrong, Mom? Because, I don't see my mom cry often unless something really bad happens. And she told me. And I remember just being very confused. We had the TV on. We were watching the news coverage of it. It was very sad. And it was a very somber day in our house and many houses.
Mine was the Challenger explosion.
Ooh.
I was very young. I think I was only maybe 4 at the time, but I have this very faint memory of sitting and watching the television as my mom was there. And nowadays, because I love presidential history, still one of the great quotes of the last quarter of last century was from Ronald Reagan, and he came on the air and he said, "They slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God." That's a quote from a poem, but such a great. Ronald Reagan was so good at communicating and trying to help heal a nation. That was the Challenger explosion was shocking to the system of Americans at that time. And 1986, was that January 28th, 1986? Something like that.
Was that on TV? Was that being recorded? Yeah, that was live on TV.
Teacher
so
was
that's
on there and just. I
yeah,
didn't need to do that, but you know, it's old enough now. I think I can make, as the guy who does too soon jokes,
I was just
can make
gonna
Challenger
say.
explosion jokes.
Yeah, it's been a while. So, man, those were dark. Too bad there were no like happy ones.
I know. All right, Kenzie. Yesterday you tweeted that the man himself, Mr. Jeff, started a movie at 9:52 p.m. last night, and you thought it was apparently the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yes.
So what is the best
sleepy time?
What is the best time to start a movie? That is my question. I'll start. I think it's 10 p.m. I agree. I think 10 p.m. you get done at around like 12:30, can put on something else and get ready for bed. I think 10 p.m. is the perfect time. But I'm guessing, Kenzie, you're going to say like 2.
I like 10 o'clock after the day has stopped, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Once the day has sort of settled, and I know, man, my phone's not going to blow up, and I can just sit here and enjoy a 2-hour or 90-minute film. Yeah, I like 10 o'clock as well, Cade. You get done around midnight, maybe still have time for another one, and or go to bed.
Oh my God, you guys are out of your minds. I don't know what you're thinking.
I just started watching White Lotus season 1 because I've been watching season 3 because Rachel loves it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Sydney Sweeney was in it. And then who's the brunette lady that's in season 1? I don't know, but
that's Alexandra Daddario. She's the only woman in history of time to have to say my boobs are down here because her eyes are like so.
Yes, she's beautiful. She's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow.
You saw her boobs in True Detective season 1.
Yeah.
So anyway, may I guide you to that, Scott, if you're into something, if you're into that. Oh, you guys are gross. Sometimes I wonder why I do this with you guys.
I am just quoting a very popular tweet. I don't necessarily stand by that. I'm not an objectifier. She has
incredible eyes.
Yeah, I'm talking about her eyes. Her eyes are insane.
And an incredible body. She takes care of herself. But her eyes, they're great.
That's Scott.
She's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. No, she is. She's beautiful.
Okay, guys. This is such a funny sequence of photos.
Today?
What are we doing today?
This is such a funny sequence of photos. I'm so sorry. Okay. What's a moment in history that would have made an insane viral video if smartphones existed back then? Mine is OJ on a Ring doorbell.
Oh my God, Cade.
Yeah. Well, I'm just. What is your guys's?
Man, imagine if you would have caught him literally cutting off 2 people's heads.
Well, okay, I didn't mean it like I'm just okay.
You mean the news?
Examples.
Yeah.
Good examples. Titanic. OJ on a Ring doorbell. Mm-hmm. The discovery of fire.
That's a good one. That one would have gone viral. If we would have had smartphones before we figured out fire, that would have messed some things up. That's for sure. Aliens definitely came down in that situation.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you have one here, Mackenzie?
No, I don't. I did see a meme the other day that was like exactly this, and it said what the Titanic would look like if smartphones existed, and it was people like all the people out in their life, and it said not us sinking. And it made
That's funny.
And it made me
there
laugh.
are so many moments. I mean, like the moon landing would have been incredible. If you could go back to like the Ebola or the Black Death. But for me, or like even the Wright brothers, that'd been cool. But I'm trying to think of something that had what goes viral these days is conflict. Especially social commentary. People love to go at each other with identity politics and other social excuses. Jesse Owens in the 36 Olympics, when he won 4 gold medals in Berlin, and Adolf Hitler had to watch every single one of them. If that would have been posted, the comment section, think of the comment section between the Americans and the Nazis. You have also the African American aspect of it. There's so much that would have gone into that. And Jesse Owens just took Hitler, that baby. We've brought up Hitler twice somehow already.
We've got Hitler. We've got OJ. We've got Casey Anthony. We have it all.
This is right here a viral moment. Just slowed the show down, didn't I?
I would have loved to have seen like all that, like the Bonnie and Clyde type stuff, like the sexy, like Bonnie and Clyde, like the will they, won't they, like because people love the sex appeal of that. And to see the shootout, even that would have been pretty crazy, but people love it. Or even like Jesse James, like that kind of era of the bank robberies that would have been.
Every town in Iowa has a bank that was robbed by Jesse James, or Bonnie and Clyde had showed up, or at some point in these small towns, Al Capone had some sort of connection. Every small town in Iowa has one of those 3 stories.
Yeah, I think we have a Jesse James story around here.
Of course
somewhere.
you do.
Yeah. He put us on the map.
Everybody.
Oh my gosh, let's head to Overthinking in the Wild, which is brought to you by Wild Rose Casino. So March is a busy time for Wild Rose Casino in Jefferson. They are announcing their summertime entertainment lineup as part of their 10th anniversary. So happy anniversary to them. Oh my gosh. Iowa's favorite cover band, Standing Hampton, is going to be playing Saturday, July 5th. Are you a fan?
Standing Hampton. Are they in the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I'm not sure about that.
Are you familiar with the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Mackenzie?
I am. I actually got to go to an Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction for my cousin's great uncle's band.
Wow.
But that's besides the point. Willie Farrell is headlining an all Iowa comedy show on Saturday, July 12th. And there's a murder mystery dinner, an interactive audience show on Saturday, July 19th. And Steam Powered Giraffe makes their Iowa debut on Saturday, July 26th. So it's going to be a busy summer over at Wild Rose Jefferson. And then Wild Rose Clinton also has some fun shows coming up too. 10 of Soul is going to be playing on Friday, March 28th. So that's coming up. And the Pork Tornadoes, who famously played at my wedding, is back for an outdoor show on Saturday, May 24th. The Pork Tornadoes
played at your wedding?
They did, yes. Jeff
no idea.
We went to college with a couple of the Pork Tornadoes.
Nice.
Yeah. So check it out. Wild Rose Clinton and Wild Rose Jefferson. Good
and
stuff.
it went up in Emmitsburg. Give him a shout out.
Oh, up in Emmitsburg too.
Former sheriff. Lynn
All right.
Schultes.
A man of the law. We love it.
Yeah, my uncle Lynn Schultes is not a man who overthinks things. She's not submitting anything to Overthinking in the Wild.
Yeah, we got to have those people. All right, our first submission. I've been overthinking a man, and that is submitted by AK.
Listen to the Casey Anthony segment of Overthinking today, and that'll give you some more information on men. And I don't know exactly what this means, but I'm going to guess this person is in love with this person or wants to find out if they should be in love with this person. Here's the thing with dating, my advice, don't overthink it. Go on a date, find out. It may be really awkward. It may be awesome. And then it will lead into something awkward or something terrible or heartbreaking. Or it might lead into something that's awesome. Probably heartbreaking, though. Still,
come on, we need some good news this show.
I am. Love is worth it. It's fine. If you can give yourself to someone, you should, to quote Doss.
I love it. And if he's not going to overthink you, then you shouldn't overthink him. That's my advice.
Yeah, just go in, be honest.
Yeah. I've been overthinking the time change with kids and sports and pets. It's so dumb, all of it. That's submitted by Jack K. Yeah.
I mean, overthinking would be, if I could just critique our audience, is the way I could critique our own sponsors, which is always a wise move. This isn't really overthinking, though.
I think it probably is, not to cut you off. He's probably overthinking kids' bedtimes. when am I going
I
to take the
see.
pets out? When, like, how am I going to get them up early for sport?
See. Yes.
The time change.
How am I going to do all this?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I take it back, Jack K. I'm not insulting you. Yes. Being a parent has to be hard. I'm not one. And how do you deal with it when you are an overthinker, Mackenzie? You just pull the ripcord at some point and be like, I'm done thinking now.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't overthink the time change at all. I just let what happens. It's not going to last forever. I just kind of take it head on.
Technically, it will last for a whole 6 months.
This transitional period where my 5-year-old's crying because he doesn't want to go to school. That's not going to happen every day this week. It's not.
No.
I hope. Let's knock on wood because I don't want to deal with it. It's great. Do I have any more?
Yeah. I've been
I'm so
overthinking
sorry.
how to put those registration tickets on my license plate. This is a great one. What do you
This is
do?
a great one. Don't be the idiot that has a bingo sheet on your license plate, okay?
You mean surrounded?
Yes, you just tape them over each other. It's not rocket science. This has been angering me because there's a lot of people in my apartment complex that do that, and I think it's so stupid.
I think it's illegal, actually. I don't think you're allowed to do that.
It is.
Yeah.
You can't have 6 different registrations on your license plate.
Well,
no, I just go in there, usually, and you have to clean it. Like, you don't have to get soap and water, but just run your thumb over top of, especially if you live on gravel,
right.
Rub your thumb over top, clean that surface of the old registration sticker, and then put it on. Now, I think technically you're supposed to take off the old ones, and you're not supposed to just sort of smush them together.
No, they can't. They
cops
can't.
never told me anything about that.
It's better than just taping them all over your license plate. Yep.
And then you can't see at all
It's pretty
anymore.
strategic to say if you're not up to date on your stickers, though. If you're not paying your car insurance, it's pretty strategic because it's going to be confusing and it's going to take the cop a minute to kind of figure out which one's which.
Try to figure out which one is mine.
Yeah, unless doing that in itself is illegal, which it sounds like it is. Yeah, that is irritating. You look like you shouldn't have been let out of the house. You look like you should never have been given a high school diploma, and maybe you weren't. And good, because you look like you weren't.
How come whenever I criticize people, you call me out, Mackenzie, and then you just mean to people like you were just there?
I'm sorry.
And I like it. You should,
No,
we're here to be honest.
No,
That's what
Scott,
we're here to
thank
do.
you for calling me out because I am like that. I need to be called out on my shit more often. And, Jeff does it and you do it. And I'm going to ask that you continue to do it because there's a double standard and I set that double standard and then I just dance all over it. I'm sorry.
Here's one of the mottos of this show. We have a few of them. One is from the quote from the great philosopher Seneca Wallace. We suffer more in imagination than we do in reality. And we also have the motto of our hypocrisy knows no bounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
All gas, no breakfast says, don't do it when it's really cold outside. The sticker will crack in half.
Ooh, that'd be kind of satisfying. Crack that little sumbitch in half.
Oh, that's what do they call those? When you do the
ASMR.
sounds?
ASMR.
ASMR, yeah. You could. Mackenzie, you could get if you would start doing that, you could get a whole new host of middle-aged men watching your videos.
Thank you. All right, let's head over to Pop Culture Corner, which is brought to you by Forget Me Not Design. There's nothing better than having my house look nice. And Forget Me Not Design is going to make my house look nice. They are one of Central Iowa's best kept gems. They offer interior design services for your home and office and window treatments. Okay, I'm embarrassed to say this. I need window treatments for these windows right here. We have a gorgeous large window right here. I have wrapping paper to keep the sun from coming in. So I need some window treatments here. I need to go to forgetme.design. They also have custom planter design, and it's a fun place to shop. They have the best from Hunter Douglas, including PowerView automation, AI-assisted blinds that can help, when you're lazy, you can just push a button and they can go down. You don't even have to go over to your window and bring the blinds down because that is a lot of work. We all know that's a lot of work.
Did you say that you have wrapping paper on your
Yes,
window?
I do. Yes, I do. I wanted to move past that quickly.
Which seasonal wrapping paper are you using?
It says Merry and Bright on it. You will have another opportunity to attend a special event on April 3rd through the 5th. They have a spring open house, and they are located at 260 Northwest 36 in Ankeny. Forgetmenotdesign.store designs.
Is your camera movable? Can you pan? I just want to see.
No, I can't.
I want to see this Christmas wrapping paper.
I'll take a picture. I can't. Okay. It'll mess the whole look up.
Pop culture corner. Oh,
okay.
Katy Perry.
I am so excited to talk to you guys about this one. So Hollywood stars are ditching their stage names. So a lot of times stars, singers, entertainment, they're going to give themselves like pseudonyms in place of their real names because, say, for instance, for actors to get your SAG card, I'm sure you know all about this, Scott. If their name is too similar to someone else's name, they have to give themselves a stage name.
Michael Keaton's name is actually Michael Douglas, but Michael Douglas was already in the Union database, and so he had to change it to Michael Keaton, and he's still the best Batman.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
My God.
He was a really good Batman. So some of these stars are going back to their roots, and this could signify something deeper than just changing their names, but show that they're trying to provide a more authentic view into who they are because, it's a time right now where there's a lot of misinformation. So, okay, I'm going to have you guess. Okay. I'm going to have you guess a couple names and see if you can match it to who the star name. Okay. The first one. Frances Ethel Gum. Do you know who that was?
Frances Gum?
Frances Ethel.
G-U-M?
G-U-M-M.
Frances. Okay, so probably a Catholic. Who do I know is a Catholic woman? Meryl Streep. I don't know if she's Catholic.
We went way back on this one. This is Judy Garland.
Oh!
Yes, Judy Garland.
Inimitable. The incredible. The true original, Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Incredible voice. Her daughter, Liza Minnelli, probably even a better voice, but didn't have quite the same stage presence as Judy did. Although still incredible. Don't get me wrong. Oh, sorry, Eliza.
See, I didn't attack you for that one because I'm going to try to not attack you as much. Reginald Kenneth Dwight.
Oh, that one's Elton John, baby.
That one is Elton John.
I know Elton John. Yeah, because they called him Reggie when he was a kid. Reggie, get over here.
Get over here, Reggie. Come on. Let's sing me a song, would ya?
Play the piano, Reggie.
Oh,
I think his parents actually said, why are you playing that? Get out of here. Go do something.
Get out of here. Go outside and catch a disease. Hey, Katie Hudson.
Katie Hudson?
Yeah.
Well,
Catherine Hudson.
It's got to be a Katie then, so I'm going to guess because I already saw the photo of Katy Perry.
Yes, and Laura Jean Witherspoon.
Laura Jean Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon.
You nailed it. That one was pretty easy. Woo! Okay, so here are some entertainers that are ditching their stage names for their real ones. The Weeknd is going back to Abel Tesfaye. Is that how that's pronounced?
Oh, he's gonna change his name the way Naz Mitru Long changed his name from Naz Long to Naz Mitru Long.
Is that not what? Well, wasn't his name Abel Tesfaye, or was it something different?
His stage name has been The Weeknd.
Oh yes,
but he's not going to go by The Weeknd anymore. We're going to change. What's his cocaine
music.
song? I think he sings a song about cocaine, and it's going to go by Abel. What's his name?
Tesfaye.
Abel Tesfaye singing. I should remember what.
I can feel my face when I.
There you go.
Is that what that's about?
Song, right?
That's about cocaine.
Got to be about cocaine.
But I love.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. No, we don't want to get dinged by YouTube. That's all we can sing. But yes, it's got to be about cocaine.
Okay, we'll come back to that because I have a funny story about that. Okay, Ariana Grande, Butera is what she's going to. Emily Stone is Emma Stone, and like you said, Michael Keaton is wanting to be called Michael Keaton Douglas. He's sick of it. He's absolutely sick of it. He's had enough. See,
I think sometimes these things. Listen, this is deep into Scott's psychology. Okay. I was always worried that people were going to call me something I didn't want to be called. I just want to be called my name, Scott Sipker. And then the Iowa Nice thing happened. And then, most people still kind of call me the Iowa Nice guy. Or not kind of, they do, which I'm totally fine with. But deep down, I always wanted my name to be said and pronounced correctly so that all of my bullies in high school and grade school would know that I won. But then it turns out as you get older, that's a complete waste of time. So I would advise these people not to worry about it. Michael Keaton, you are a legend. You might have a statue of yourself some point. Don't change your name at this point. Don't do it.
Yeah, he's a good-looking older man, I have to say.
He's also a great actor.
Yeah, he is a great actor. Scott, what? Okay, so aside from Scott Sipker, aside from Iowa Nice Guy, if you could pick a stage name right now, what would it be?
I always wanted to go by Scott Wilder. Gene Wilder is the actor that I admire the most. I find his ability to do drama and comedy in a sincere way to be both heartbreaking and hysterical. I love Gene Wilder so much. So Scott Wilder was going to be my acting name, but then I just couldn't I couldn't shut my ego down enough to take away the Sipker, even though it's hard to say and spell. Ill-advised, certainly. I would be more popular now if I had changed my name away from Sipker. I think that's true.
I don't think it's true. Cade, what would yours name be?
Oh, man, I don't... Might go like a Sade route and just go Cade, the 4 letters.
Cade Murphy's really good already.
I was going to say, I feel like mine is pretty, okay. You know what I mean?
But
Plus,
you have
people
that text
will think
chain.
I'm related to Eddie Murphy, too. And,
yes, definitely.
So, no, I don't know.
Mackenzie, what would your name be?
I think I just flip it and go straight Edie Mackenzie. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Eddie Mackenzie is what that's what you should do, is you should change your name to just pronouncing it as Eddie. If you were Mackenzie Eddie, that's an agent would totally tell you to go that way. It's easy.
Eddie
it's memorable.
Mackenzie.
Yeah. I like it. I think it feels Irish gangster. Okay, I want to go back really quick before we move on to to the second story. You were talking about how that song is about cocaine. I had no idea that song was about cocaine until you just said it.
Have you ever done cocaine?
No, I have not.
Me neither, but I've been around a lot of people who have, and boy, for 8 minutes and 13 seconds, they are the most fun people in the world. And then at 8:14, they are jerks.
Oh,
until
really?
they go back into the bathroom. And then we get another 8 minutes and 13 seconds of awesomeness.
It only lasts that long, so I could maybe clean one room of my house if I did cocaine. I could get one room cleaned. And then is that even
one
worth
bump
it?
Is worth one room of cleaning.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you got a whole 8 ball?
Yeah. I have a whole house I need cleaned today. I better just do it the old-fashioned way.
There was the Weeknd made a lyric afterwards because people didn't know the song was about, what it is about. And then he the Nickelodeon asked him to perform Can't Feel My Face at the Kids Choice Awards.
Oh.
So then a year later he recorded a song and he had a lyric saying performed a song about blow at a kid's show.
Well,
true power.
You're not in the majority here is what I'm saying, Kenzie, is a lot of people didn't know it was about it until someone told it to them, and then it's
then you hear the lyrics for the first time and you're like, oh.
So that's what I wanted to bring up. So have there been any other songs like this for you that you maybe loved as a kid and then later on in life when you heard the lyrics again you're like, oh shit, that's what I was just singing?
And biggest song is about heroin, shooting heroin. Uncle Cracker. His biggest song is about shooting heroin.
What song? Which song?
There's only one Uncle Cracker song, I think, so you should remember what it's called. But it's You're in My Vein. You know what? I should have been more prepared for this. But I wasn't thinking of Uncle Cracker when I woke up this morning.
Well, Go ahead, Kate.
No, I have gotten in trouble quite a few times. You know that song by Future?
No.
Where he's
I don't.
He's it was pretty popular. There's Mask Off and there's a flute in it and it's Percocet, Molly Percocet. You know that I didn't know what either of those things were, and I was just singing it like around my house and stuff, and I got yelled at by my parents. And then there was another time, my grandpa like yelled at me because I played "Get Lucky" by Daft Punk, and he didn't know the lyrics to the song were about getting lucky, I guess. So then like the next week I saw him, he got really mad at me and he yelled at me. And then I was singing "Blurred Lines" a lot by Robin Thicke, and that whole song is just a problem. So
it's catchy though. So I'm so sorry that song is so catchy and it's very problematic.
That music video is
yeah, they're all naked.
Here to quote Uncle Kracker in the song "Follow Me," which I believe to be about heroin. It says, "Follow me." This is heroin talking. "Follow me. Everything is all right." I'm trying not to sing it so we don't get dinged. "I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me." Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's about heroin.
Is when I'm with you, I make you free and swim through your veins like a fish in the sea.
Oh, yeah. Although when you're high on love, you feel like they're in your veins. Don't you?
Well, no doubt. Falling in love is just like doing drugs.
Yeah, so maybe that's what he meant. And who wouldn't fall in love with Uncle Kracker? I mean, just look at the guy.
Have you ever done heroin?
No.
Okay.
No, I
Me
can't
neither,
say that
but
I have.
it turns out people fall in love with it.
Yeah, and then they end up on a street corner talking to themselves. So it's not good. I would advise against heroin.
Agreed.
I would advise
Agreed.
against
pretty good advice,
that.
guys.
Yeah, fentanyl has pretty much replaced heroin anyway. People aren't using heroin; they're just using fentanyl now, and they mix it
and they die.
Horse tranquilizer, because the fentanyl doesn't give you a dopey high, so you have to mix it with this horse tranquilizer, and so that's what it's called, trank, and that's what people. When you see people walking around like this, they're on trank, which is fentanyl
wild.
and animal tranquilizer.
How did we even get to here? I'm trying to remember.
That
weekend song. That weekend song.
Yeah. And before we move on, the one that I was confused about was, I shared it on my Instagram story last night. It was "When Two Become One" by the Spice Girls. Had no idea.
Oh, that's about intercourse, I would
Yeah, it is. And also in
two bodies become one.
Yeah. In fourth grade, we were given the
talk?
Assignment to do a performance for the class, and me and my buddies, we said, okay, we'll do it to Pink by Aerosmith. And my teacher was like, no, you're gonna have to pick a different song. And we were like, why? It's just about a color. It's about vagina.
Yeah.
I don't get
Genie in a Bottle. When I finally heard the lyrics to Genie in a Bottle, "Rub me the right way." Yeah, if you want to make me come, rub me the right way.
What feels good? What feels good is not that. It's becoming a part of a membership. It's becoming something bigger than yourself. And that's exactly what happens when you become a member of the Iowa Corn Growers Association.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as an Iowa Corn Growers Association member, you're going to help shape policies that impact your farm or your neighbor's farm, or policy in Washington, D.C., and they help fight for priorities set by farmers, including higher ethanol demand. Again, I love it so much. I would drink it if I could, but I can't.
Well, you could. You get pretty high.
The
Yeah. Alcohol.
We need to get. So you can become a member and become part of the movement by joining iowacorn.org/join. You don't have to be a farmer. You can join at an associate level, even a student level. There's all kinds of options out there if you want to make your voice
love
heard.
the savings at the pump. I love the savings at the pump. Thanks.
I can't feel my face when I'm with
you. Don't sing
ethanol.
it. We don't want to.
That reminds me.
Okay.
"Whistle" by Flo Rida.
Oh.
It's not about whistles.
It's not? What is it about, Kate?
Okay, what's it about?
Are you familiar with that song?
No.
It's like,
No,
"Can you
please
blow
tell us
my
more.
whistle,
Tell us more.
baby?"
Yeah, I know exactly what
I
it's
feel
about.
like you know what
fellatio.
Yeah, there you go.
It's about
How do you not know that?
I think I saw him perform Panama City Beach 2008. He probably performed that song. Spring Break.
Yeah.
You guys are in for a real treat with Murph and Andy coming up in less than a minute. They're probably not going to talk about any of the stuff that we talked about. And that's good. That's great for you,
them,
actually. It's great for them and for you. Oh, so stream us on YouTube, follow us wherever you get your podcasts, and thank you. And happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Everybody stay tuned. We hope your favorite bands stay together. And this is we've been doing this for a couple months now, so thanks to everybody who's been
thank you all so
playing
much.
along with us.
Yes, you're the best.
We
Have a
enjoy
great
this
week.
conversation, and